You're listening to Radio Cosmos.
All night long.
Bravo! My compliments, little lady.
Commercial!
Break for 30 seconds.
You are now listening to BaaD Radio.
Good morning and welcome to BaaD Radio. BaaD stands for Business at a Distance. This is a show about local businesses and business networking. We are here live and you can listen to us on 105.5 FM, 660 AM, or online at floridamanradio.com. You can also download the Florida Man Radio app. You can even find us on the iHeartRadio app. Just put Florida Man Radio in your search bar and we will pop right up. I am your host, Angela Smerito, and in studio with me today we have DJ Heather, the producer.
Good morning.
It's always so nice to see you, Heather.
Thank you. You too.
And we got Melissa here running around to her microphone so quick.
Just in time. I really hope that camera's framed.
Well, if not, I'm sure
it's
it's going to look amazing. So today, Melissa is our videographer and our co-host. So we are very excited about that. Striking Brand has been producing weekly YouTube videos of BaaD Radio, which you can find on baadradio.com. And if you're looking for some excellent video photography work, then you have to check out strikingbrand.com. All right, so we have two new guests at BaaD Radio today. Please welcome JT with Blue Sky Consulting. How are you today?
Doing well. Thank you very much.
Happy to have you here. I know you're lying, but that's okay.
I might be a little bit, but we'll get through either way.
We're really happy to have JT here because he's suffering from some food poisoning from last night.
Struggling a little. That's all right.
That you are a trooper through and through. So that says a lot about you.
We haven't gotten all the way to the end of this yet, though, so we'll see just how true that comes by the time we're done.
And also, please welcome Krystal Morris, founder and CEO of Mindful Media Group.
Hello.
Hi. I want to say the name of your lipstick on the air, but we'll get flagged for that one.
Yeah. Now I need to know.
What is it? It's Effin' Fabulous.
Effin' Fabulous. Mm-hmm.
She had a photo shoot with her family this morning, and that was the name of the lipstick, which I think is fabulous.
Thank you. Yeah, Santa Pictures needs this color, right?
Actually, yes, it does.
No other choice there.
There is no other choice for Santa Pictures.
You're going to have to, we'll talk about that a little bit more because I like that color. This portion of BaaD Radio is brought to you by Premier Couples Superstore. So tis the season to cut out the middleman and go straight to the source. Premier Couples Superstore has everything from sexy bedroom outfits, toys, games, and everything in between. And you can visit them at premiercouples.net. Premier Couples Superstore, because couples that play together stay together. And also thank you to Liberty Property Inspections. They specialize in home and commercial building inspections, environmental inspections, roof certifications, and pool inspections. They can also save you money on a wind mitigation, because that's how they saved me money. You can call them at 407-739-5795 or visit them at libertypropertyinspections.net. Also a huge thank you to Kazoo Creative and Angela Keen's Hair and Makeup. All right. I hope everyone had a great week because Melissa and I certainly did.
Oh, yeah.
We spent the afternoon with one of our show sponsors, 33 Tanning and Micro Spa.
Getting pampered.
I know. It was pretty amazing. First off, Erin and her staff are so great. Secondly, her locations are beautiful. Every room is so pretty and well put together, clean, tidy, but super inviting, right?
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I kind of made notes of what we did because
Got you.
We
It was
have,
a lot.
Yeah, we have our own names of what we call them.
Oh, yeah.
Like jiggly, jiggly. I think what was it?
I don't know. Shaky, shaky.
Shaky, shaky. Yes. All right. So the first thing that one of the first things we did was the lymphatic plate, which is this thing that you stand on and it vibrates the living daylights out of you.
Yeah.
So, but it feels really good. And like I said, I was scared when I was on it that you're going to pop in and take my picture because like it was vibrating like all my back stuff. You know what I mean?
So are we talking like the thing that your grandparents used to have, that like with those
No, you
strap?
stand
That's what
on
I'm
it.
It's on your feet.
Yeah, it's like on the ground.
But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, that little vibrating thing. But okay, so if I have this right, I asked Erin to call in. So
She's here.
Oh, she is?
Yes, she is.
Oh, put her on.
Hey, Erin, you're on air.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. Hey, Erin, so we have actually JT's on today. I forgot you guys were friends.
Hi, Erin.
Hey, how's it going, Jason?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Oh, so today at 33 Micro and Tanning Spa, it's Fun Day Sunday. Fun Day Sunday. She said she's slinging mimosas and spray tans. Doesn't that sound fun?
Sounds about right.
Yep, slanging free mimosas and spray cans all day.
All right. So actually, since you're on the air, you can help me describe some of these things. I'm talking about the lymphatic plate. If I have it right, it opens up the lymphatic system, which allows you to flush toxin and increase microcirculation.
That's correct.
Yeah, I got it.
Got it.
Woohoo! Is there anything else that we want to add? I just, like I said, we're going to call that shaky. That is what we call
The
that.
shaky plate.
We also did the red light therapy, right, Erin?
You did the red light therapy and then the infrared detox body wrap.
Right. But what I heard you say is that the red light was developed by NASA.
Yes.
That's so crazy. So why do you think NASA would develop something that's supposed to like, help with scarring and collagen creation?
So they actually developed it to help with muscle recovery for astronauts.
Oh, okay. Do they still use it
Yeah.
for that?
So you can actually use it on any part of the body to help with inflammation, muscle recovery, aches and pains, those kinds of things.
Because we use it on my hands because I get like arthritis hands, and then we use it on my face. So it's like
Correct.
multifaceted. I guess you can use it for all sorts of things. What I liked about it is it wasn't too hot.
Yeah, it's not going to produce any heat for you.
And then we got to go into this amazing massage chair. Did you like
It was another level.
Huh?
It was another level massage chair.
Right? Because normally I don't like massages. I told Erin about bad experience I had back like in my 20s where Tom bought me like one of those Euroday spa packages, and I was, I don't know, I guess I was like 23 and I had never had a massage before, but I exercised a lot. And they gave me a deep muscle massage and it tore me up and I was in so much pain. And for the next 20, 30 years, if somebody put their hands on my neck, I'm like, don't do it.
Oh, no. That happened to me twice, 2 times. I did the deep tissue thing thinking this is going to feel better afterward. It did not feel better.
No.
I love the deep tissue. I really do. It's like, I don't know. It hurts so bad as it's happening. And then like the next day, I'm still like, oh my gosh, I'm so sore. But then after that, I feel fabulous.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm scared of them, to be honest. I mean, like I said, if I'm going to ease back into massaging, it's going to be like with that chair.
You need like a Swedish, like relaxation style massage.
Yeah.
That
And
chair's something else, though.
oh,
I've sat in it. It is amazing. Yes.
but it just like at this, is she gone?
I guess she's gone. Sorry about that. I guess she left.
Oh, Erin, call back if you got cut off. Anyway, so what else? So we talked about, so lastly, we talked about the detox body wrap. And at first I was a little nervous about this because you guys are going to think there's all these things I don't like. But no, but for saunas.
She hated her day. No, I'm
No,
just kidding.
for saunas, I freak out because it kind of is like a claustrophobic feeling and I don't like my face to get hot. Like if I go into a sauna, I've always just been like, I got to get out of here. And actually, Chris and I were talking about it because she did a sauna for her birthday like the day before, and she's like, it was the best thing ever. And I'm thinking, oh, I hope this is. But it was a body wrap. So my face wasn't included, which was really
That
nice.
made such a big difference.
It did.
Yeah.
It was funny though because when I got done, they put you in like this moon suit. No, the only thing I could think of it, right? And by the time I was done, I was like dying, sweating, and I walk into her, and she just looks like snug as a bug. She's like, "This is cozy." I was
an
like,
iguana in another life. I told you. I'm living in the heat.
But you said your hands were out, right? You could pull your hands out?
Yeah, I had my hands in, but like I said, Erin said that if you kind of got a little bit, like claustrophobic, you could pull your hands out and it'll take your temperature down a little bit. So what she did is I pulled my hands out and then she took the red light and she moved it over and under so my hands could still get some of the benefit because like I said, my feet and my hands, I get arthritis pain and it really was pretty amazing. It's like I almost felt relief immediately. So that was that. So I don't know, like I said, how did you feel the next day?
I felt good. I felt good. Yeah. I mean, it's something that I probably would try again, though. Definitely. Like, especially that last thing that you're talking about. I forgot what it's called.
The shaky
moon
shaky?
suit? Not the moon suit.
Oh, the detox body wrap.
Yeah. It just feels like that's got to be good for your body.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Erin said that people sometimes either leave like energized or lethargic. I left energized. I drove home, and I was like, blah, 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 blah. And then I had to go to a networking event.
Oh, that's perfect then.
So I felt great. And then the next morning, she sent me a message, and she's like, how do you feel? And I'm like, man, I feel really good. It's kind of hard to explain. It's like feeling lighter, but not like you just went and lost a bunch of weight. Like, I guess that's really what it felt like, is that a detox. Like, I felt just
like
clean.
a refresh.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Like I said, there's so many different services from 33 Micro and Tanning Salons. What are some of the ones that you've done, JT?
I did I called that the human burrito. That's exactly what I felt like for 45 minutes. I was just kind of sitting there cooking.
Yeah, I could see that.
I did the chair, and I think I did teeth whitening.
I've done teeth whitening there too.
And it was all great. Erin's team, her facility, everything, it's top notch. So I love it over there too.
And Krystal, I'll take you there.
I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah.
I feel left out.
I have several friends. Actually, Melissa's one of them that's going to be doing a cruise in December. I didn't know cruises were such a big thing for December, but you're like I know 3 people that are doing cruises.
I think it's all with all the COVID still stuff like dying down and people picking back up with this stuff. I think it's just like a huge push of people doing the same thing.
Yeah. So, because I'm like, you guys need to go get a custom spray tan. Have you ever had one? No, they're really amazing. Look at, they're both like, no.
I've never. No.
I'm a Florida boy.
I was going to say neither of them need it.
Right.
I'm
They're
white.
both tan.
I'm white.
They're both very tan. They don't need a tan.
Oh,
Natural.
yeah,
Pretty much,
no.
yeah.
I've got like my parents are Czechoslovakian and English, so I'm as white as they come. And like I grew up on the beach, and I freaking spent so much time in the sun that I'm like, I have to do so much to repair all of the skin damage or sun damage I did to myself. So for me, the spray tans are awesome because you can do custom ones, which I found Erin. Through I just posted like in search of, and she responded, and she was amazing because Tom and I were doing photo shoot at the beach, my husband and I, and so she custom airbrushed each of us, and we didn't look orange. Our tan was completely even, but it didn't look like fake. You know what I mean? It looked so natural. And then they also have like the machines that you can go into, and again, I've been to some with like, what is that other place, South Beach, and it's a world of difference.
How long did it last?
The spray tan, for me, it lasted about 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on your skin type really too. I'm not super, like my skin's not super oily. In fact, I'm really dry. So anyway, it was an amazing experience, right?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. And we're going to
You have to go.
Yeah.
We're gonna Melissa and I are gonna put together some cool clips of some of the footage that we got from there and a little bit more about the experience. So guess what? We are getting ready to go to break. And when we get back, we're going to talk we're going to talk with JT about small business ownership. And I know a lot of small business people would rather focus on their business and not the bookkeeping and the accounting and the hiring. And so that's where JT steps in. So stay tuned.
Florida Man Radio. Welcome back to BaaD Radio, brought to you by Premier Couple Superstore, because a couple that plays together stays together.
And welcome back to BaaD Radio. Just a reminder, you can call or text in at any time to 321-339-1055. And this portion of BaaD Radio is brought to you by Impact Electric of Orlando, who focuses on residential and commercial electrical work. Zach and his team focus on doing things right the first time to ensure that your family, your home, and all your property is safe. Everyone needs an electrician that they know and trust, and that is Impact Electric of Orlando, 407-747-0874, or visit them at impactelectric.com. Also want to thank Andrews Law PA and Sheepdog Promotional Products. All right, so before the break, I just kind of teased a little bit about small business owners. So I'd like to welcome JT. How are you doing today?
Hello.
And the name of your business, again, it's Blue Sky Consulting.
Big Sky Consulting.
Big Sky. Okay, sorry about that. I knew another Blue Sky somewhere. So first off, how did you come up with the name Big Sky?
Big Sky just was something we were sitting on the couch one day, and sky's the limit was being tossed back and forth, and I was like, well, I mean, we don't want a limit. That's where we should start. So let's just start with a big sky.
Okay, I love it.
Kind of how it came around.
I'm going to ask you the same question, so
I'm ready.
This is your forewarning.
Right.
And one of the things I like to do is explain to the listeners what your business is. So, I mean, if you're just talking to like a brand new person that you just met that's a business owner, how would you address them?
So Big Sky's whole purpose is to just be able to help scale the businesses that we work with and prevent them from taking the lumps and the losses and the wasted money that I did and that the people that I work with did as we were learning how to grow businesses ourselves. So it's that partnership without actually giving up any equity. It's that coach when you need that just extra bit of something to bounce off of or whatever. We're there just as a friend that helps and brings you to the end goal.
So, okay, let's talk about this in like a for real setting. So I'm going to put myself in the seat and let's just say that I'm launching my soft wash business. Okay.
Soft wash.
It's like it's a type of
like pressure washing.
Pressure washing.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
okay. Yes.
Doesn't destroy.
Soft wash is a type of like you said, what is it?
Pressure washing.
Pressure washing, but without using the pressure. I use soft wash. So, all right. So I know how to soft wash. I know all the chemicals. I have my equipment. I have all the things I need to provide this service. But I have no experience in starting a business, running a business. Do you help with getting the business license and all of that other stuff?
We can take it from ground zero, just the idea of a business, and help people run it all the way down to the end zone, or we can work with an existing business that's already kind of figured out what they're doing. The thing that I always say is there's not a mechanic out there that got into turning wrenches because he loves to stare at P&Ls and balance sheets all day. That's just not what they do. They're passionate about fixing cars. Our job is to step in there, let them be focused solely on doing what they're passionate about. We take care of the business of business.
Okay, so let's do that. I like the mechanic one. So I'm a mechanic.
Oh, we're changing.
Yeah, I like the idea of being a mechanic better.
Okay, we don't like soft washing anymore. Okay, moving on.
Well, I admit it. I know, but I'm just picturing myself in overalls with a wrench. And,
there you go.
Okay, so
you got to be able to see it.
Okay, so I'm a mechanic, and I've already purchased my building, and I have my business, and so, but I'm struggling because I don't know anything about. So you and I meet, and then what happened? So what are some of the things that owning a business like a mechanic shop that you would be able to help with?
I mean, you got to start with the foundation. You make sure that all the pieces are in place to make sure that you can actually build the house of business on top of that. So we've got to make sure that, you've got a good digital footprint, that you've got your proper accounting system set up, that you have all your marketing systems set up, that you know what to do with the people that the marketing generates. If you can't sell them and you can only get them to walk in the door, well, you're still not putting money into your bottom line.
What about the hiring process?
We can help there too. We, hiring is actually one of the biggest struggles that a lot of the people that we work with have. And it really comes down to making sure that you've got the right presentation out there for people to attract them to want to work in your business. Unfortunately, when you're working in your business, oftentimes it's too easy to just get caught in the day-to-day and you can't see it from the outside.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
we might be able to put together a package that helps attract people actually into your organization, so you have qualified people, not just the people that are going to come in and go out the next day.
Will you interview them?
We can actually step in there too.
Really?
Usually the first interview is handled by the business owner, and then they can throw them to us to kind of get in a little bit deeper and make sure that what they're feeling is actually backed up.
Because I find that to be a huge asset for small businesses, because with my job with JVC, that is one of the biggest struggles, like you said, is finding qualified candidates and getting through the interview process while still trying to manage your business at the same time.
100%.
So I find that service invaluable. And then you mentioned like bookkeeping and did you say P&Ls or whatever?
Yeah, we there's a monthly meeting that we generally have with the business owner where we're going to go through managerial accounting. We're going to go through Lean and Six Sigma methodologies for managing the business.
I don't know what any of that means, so just go ahead and tell me
different tools to make sure that the business is running as best that it can. Removing defects, removing waste from the business, ensuring that the profit is actually something that you can attain, not just something that you're hoping is there. Paper profits are something that a lot of small businesses deal with just because they don't know how to really keep it together on the backside.
Right. So they've got money coming in and they've got bills going out, but they're just kind of like not really organized.
Is what do you do in the process with it all?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if you're good at turning a wrench, that's what your job should be, is turning wrenches.
Right.
Put the right people in place to take care of the rest of the stuff for you so that you can grow.
So you'll help them with a POS system. Like
We can do that.
Yep. So, you help them collect the money efficiently, and then do you help them set up bank accounts and all that? But I mean, lots of times
There's literally nothing that we can't step in and help somebody with when it comes to the business of business. I'm not going to get out there and turn a wrench. I've built a couple of engines myself, but I'm not going to be the one out there in the shop turning wrenches with them. We take care of the business of business.
That's like, I love that. Because like I'm just like thinking about all the things that has to go into that, and how awesome it would be to not have to worry about that.
Do you do like, so you have different options, like you can cover all of these different spaces, or do you have options where you can pick and choose like different services that people need? Like for instance, if they just needed like the hiring thing,
a la carte.
Just need that. Yeah. Do you do that, or is it kind of like a package deal type?
So we're not an a la carte service. We're actually a partnership.
Gotcha.
We step in and we are that partner to handle the business, the CEO for hire, so to say. And then we actually step in as a partnership, but we don't take any equity from the actual owner of the business. It's a partnership in the sense that we're all there with the same goal, but in the legal sense, the business stays theirs.
Okay.
Yeah, see, that part seems a little gray to me. But I mean, like you said, I know, it sounds like it's an efficient system, but I would have to figure out. So, they come in, so you sit down with them, or not sit down with them, but you've got money coming in here, and these are your bills, and so you help them figure out how to pay, and then are you able to provide them with what their profits are at the end of the month, and be able to say, listen, you brought in this much money, this is what your bills were, so this is, what you made for the month, or...
Exactly. That's part of it. That's just a small part of it. That's keeping everything online, keeping the CEO understanding their business. A business can only talk to you through the numbers. And if your numbers are wrong, then you don't know what your business is actually trying to tell you.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, even when your business has right numbers, you still have to know how to interpret those numbers as to what they're going to mean for tomorrow.
How hard is that to manage some of the business owners? Because I know lots of times they're like, because in radio, people are like, nobody listens to that radio station because I don't like it. I'm like, you're like 1% of the population. It's not what you like or what you think. It's what's going to sell your business.
Yeah. Do you get fight back? Do you have to like push back?
Thankfully, no, we don't really, because the way we set everything out in the beginning, it all starts, we sit down for an initial meeting that's just about the explanation of the investment that we're actually going to bring to their business. On average, we inject about $25,000 to $30,000 in resources into everybody that we actually do partner with. So most people understand that we're there, we're on the same team, and that they got into a partnership with us for a reason, and that's so that we can help them.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it seems to go that way more often than not.
Yeah, no, I think, like I said, I think that there's and about the size of the business, what is the actual size
of the people that we work with,
or that you'd like to work with?
Yeah, so we are happy to take it from ideation all the way to growing $1 million a year business.
What is ideation?
Just coming up with the idea of what your business is. Yeah,
Sorry.
Figuring out how to turn that idea into a reality and put the business and systems and everything behind it.
Mm-hmm. You don't really work with franchises, though, right? Because
not particularly. We can, but franchises already generally have a pretty strong kit to be able to use the tools that are given to them. And they've got the marketing programs and everything that the franchise already has set up. So there's a lot less that we can affect on that.
I would love to hear a success story about a business that you've helped. I would love to hear. I mean, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but just give us. Yeah. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm going to.
Yeah.
So one that comes to mind right off the top of my head was a company that I got to work with a couple of years back, Mammoth Office Furniture. They were a company up in the Northeast. And when I first was introduced to them, they were losing about $50,000 a year.
Yikes.
By the time we got done with everything, they were making close to $500,000 a year.
So you just said, okay, this is working for you. This is not. We need to eliminate this and put this over here. And so
exactly. It's getting everything systematized. When you walk into a business that's losing money, it's generally because they don't know where the money's going.
Or they hired like their cousin to take care of something that's not working.
Very much that happens. Yeah, I see wrong hires. I've uncovered an uncountable amount of fraud.
Really?
Oh, definitely.
Fun.
I remember one time I was, I forget exactly what state I was in. I used to do this traveling all over the country. And I uncovered that the guy's CEO was running about $400K out of the business annually because this older gentleman had early onset dementia, from what I could tell. And he didn't even understand. He thought the people that were in power and that he trusted were doing him right, and they were completely fleecing the guy.
Well,
but you know what? I'm glad he helped them.
Yes.
That's the idea at the end of the day. I'm just here to help. I want to make sure that new businesses survive and thrive.
But we're going to break. That's what that music means.
Fair enough.
But I hope that you stick around, because at the end of the show, we're going to go around and give out all the contact information. But if you do have to leave because you're not feeling great, I will make sure that everybody has your contact info.
I am definitely not feeling well, but I think I can hold it together.
Okay,
for a little
awesome.
longer.
All right, you guys. So stay tuned, because when we get back, we are going to talk direct marketing.
Florida Man Radio. Welcome back to BaaD Radio, brought to you by Premier Couple Superstore, because a couple that plays together stays together.
And we are back. You can call or text in at any time to 321-339-1055. And this portion of BaaD Radio is brought to you by Ground Up Property Services. Servicing your sprinkler system is probably the most overlooked maintenance of your home, but it's so important. Got to check out Ground Up Property Services Sprinkler System Service Program at groundupinc.com or call 407-468-4295. And I have the pleasure of meeting with Rick Hall, the owner, this last Friday, and he's just one of the most wonderful people I've ever met. And I'm super happy because he's staying on as a sponsor for 2023. And like I said, in fact, I'm getting almost 100% renewal of all of my sponsors for the new year, which just makes me so incredibly happy. And a couple of new sponsors that we're adding on is Froggers, Rachel Roach Realty, and a couple of other ones. So that's super exciting. And also thank you to Four Seasons AC, Artistic Beauty, and 33 Tanning Spa with locations in Altamont Springs and Longwood. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about direct marketing with Krystal.
Yeah.
Hey, but before we start that, tell us how you came up with the name of Mindful Media Group.
Yeah. So I've been in the agency business, the advertising agency business, for a little while now. And one of the things that I think is so important is just being mindful about spending clients' money, because that's essentially what I'm doing, right? So the name just comes from that, just being really aware, taking very special care of their money. It's a very big investment for them, advertising dollars. And that's where it came from, Mindful Media Group.
I absolutely love that. So my experience in radio, so I have a very, very good understanding about what ad agencies do. So what I want to talk about a little bit right now is the role of an ad agency, and then the difference between a traditional ad agency and then a direct response agency.
Yeah. So my role as an advertising agency is to help a client. So your mechanic client, for instance,
Fair
right?
enough.
So help your mechanic client come in and figure out what media makes sense for them. So does it make sense for them to advertise in a newspaper? Does it make sense for them to advertise on radio, on TV, billboard, you name it? Does it make sense for them, right? And we'll go through and figure out what their clients are doing or what their customers are doing. I like to look at it like a day in the life. So let's figure out a day in the life of your client, of your customer, and we'll go through that day in the life and figure out what media touch points they have throughout that day. And that's how we kind of narrow down the pool of media channels or media selection channels. And then, you know, there are other tools that we have and we utilize. We look at data and web traffic, you name it. We look at all of it and we figure out really what makes the most sense. And I'll put together a plan and say, okay, well, this doesn't make sense because, you know, it's way outside of your budget and it's only a really small population of people that fit within your audience that are going to be reached by this. And but option B makes more sense because it fits within your budget, and all of these people that are your customers are going to see it or hear it, right? So Angela, earlier you said, somebody is like, oh, well, it's not going to work because I don't listen to that radio station, right? So we have that conversation. We say, okay, are you your client? Are you your customer?
Right. Are you your target demo?
Exactly.
Are you your target audience? Right. And so if the answer is yes, then okay, great. What kind of media do you consume? If the answer is no, then I really value your opinion. However, here's what makes sense.
I love that conversation.
Yeah. And I mean, it happens all the time. There are just some industries that it's very typical, people like to see themselves on billboards. They like to see themselves on TV, things like that. So,
well, my favorite one was nobody listens to the radio anymore.
Right.
And I'm like, really? That's crazy because I've been working in radio for 20 years and 93% of the U.S. population is listening to radio, but nobody listens to radio.
I mean, have you seen the traffic on I-4? Like, everybody's listening to the radio.
Well, they think it's taken over by Spotify and playlists, which a portion of it has, but not anything near what. So that's a traditional ad agency, somebody that takes those advertising dollars and disperses them. Now, what sets direct response apart from just a traditional ad agency?
So direct response has what I call a KPI, or a key performance indicator, set in place, right? And so that performance indicator is something like sales on your website. You want people to go to your website and buy, your widget, whatever product it is, right? And so a lot of other agencies are like, oh, well, I sent people to your website. Good luck. Thanks. Bye. Right. But a direct response agency will say, okay, we sent people to your website and they came from this TV commercial. And this TV commercial at 10:32 a.m. drove 17 sales versus the TV commercial on a different station at, 9:17 drove 6. Right. So the one at 10 whatever is the better spot for you. Right. So we're going to optimize your advertising campaign and buy more of that kind of advertising and less of the other one that doesn't drive the sales.
I've had the pleasure of being on the other side of a direct response agency, one that Krystal used to work for called Create in Winter Park. And it was amazing how it worked because at one point we did a program where they had a lump sum of money for a client and the buyer said to me, she said, well, I have this much money, but this is what I want in return. So we signed a contract guaranteeing them X amount of, like she said, whether it was calls, sales, whatever. She gave me the money, and then I worked for iHeart at the time, had to guarantee that. So if they placed it in different places that didn't yield what the goal was, they had to continue to run that until Create was able to provide their client with the end result.
So it makes us a little bit tough on media sometimes. We are really great negotiators because of that. And it's, no hard feelings. It's data. If it's working, great. And if it's not, I'm really sorry, but we're going to have to move those dollars and do something else. If you have something else that makes sense, or, we want to try a different ad unit or ad spot or placement or sponsorship, I'm happy to try it as long as it makes sense for the client.
It's the best about direct response is you know exactly what you're getting out of it.
Right. It's very black and white. It's working or it's not working. That's it.
And that's the part when people don't want to spend money on marketing, it makes them hesitate because they don't know what they're getting back. So that sounds like the biggest benefit of knowing like what's actually working. I'm putting my money out there. I need to know that it's actually doing something.
And in radio, that was a huge problem that I had because I love radio. And I've been successful in radio for a long time. But when somebody asked me, what is my ROI? I have no answer to provide them with. I have run very successful campaigns, and I can just give them examples of other successful campaigns, but never anything that's quite so precise. And so just being able to say, this is what we're looking for. I call it ROI, but I was looking at the website, and you look at it, it's return on ad spend, which I like that.
ROAS, return on ad spend.
Yes. And so Mindful, you launched about, I think you said it was last year, right?
Yes.
And then before that, you worked with Create. So how many years did you say that you had?
So I was at Create. Create closed in, I believe, 2015, 2016, right around there. And then from there, I started consulting. I did a lot of media consulting, and they were like, why don't you just have an agency? I was like, why didn't I think of that? Why don't I just have an agency? So I have a very supportive husband. He's like, yeah, do it. Just do it. I'm like, okay, I'll just do it. So I did a lot of those learning things, right? Like, how do I set up an LLC? I have to file with the state. I need to open bank accounts. I got a bookkeeper, all of those things. So I had another agency for a number of years. I had a business partner. And then just last year, I sold my share of that agency. It was great. It was for a number of reasons, but it's still very successful. And I just started this agency up last year by myself.
Scary.
Yeah, it is a little bit. When you have a partner, it's kind of like, okay, you can lean on them a little bit, but when you do it on your own, you're like,
Scary.
all right, it's me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, that's a perfect segue because guess who is Krystal's new partner? It's me. So thank you. Yes. So Krystal and I met about, I want to say it was only like 6 weeks ago, I think.
Not even. I feel like.
I know. And we just honestly, I don't even know how to say it. We just bonded from the get-go. It was, I think that after our first initial conversation, I just was like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? This is such an interesting opportunity. And I'm so excited to be part of your team now. And so my new role will start in January, and I am the Director of Business Development. So yay.
Exciting.
So I thank her so much. And like I said, I know that her and I our synergy between each other is amazing. So best of all worlds is that I have this new role that I'm super excited to grow with. And then I also get to keep BaaD Radio here.
Perfect.
So I'm working from home, and Chris and I we live literally, I don't know.
It's like 2 miles away from each other.
Which is even more amazing.
Yeah.
So, and I know that I'm going to lean on her a lot. And because it's a different ball game as far as the size of the accounts and the businesses that we are going to talk to. But she's been fantastic. She's like, don't worry about a thing.
But that's awesome. After 1 year, you said, so now you have a partner. That's a huge change. So congratulations.
Yeah, it was great. We have a mutual connection in radio. And so she was like, you have to meet with Angela. She's fantastic. You would love her. And we literally had a phone conversation. And then we met for lunch the next day. And then the day after that, I was like, can I hire you? And she was like, yes. That was pretty much how it happened.
Love it.
I love my time here at JVC, and I think that it's such an amazing company. But for me, it's time for me to move in and to look at new opportunities to really grow my income potential. And then as well as I think about all the different opportunities and clients that we're going to be able to work with. But again, like I said, I love my time here and all the experience and my BNI family and my networking family.
I'm just glad you're still here on the weekend.
Thank you.
I think I'd miss you.
Oh, I know. Some of the people that I was saying goodbye to, they gave me big hugs, and I was like, oh, you're going to make me cry. Don't do that.
You're kind of a staple here. It's going to be different.
But JVC is going to do fantastic. I told Krystal too. I was like, we're going to help. We're going to help out a little bit. We're going to definitely, especially fly. I love Florida, man. It's an amazing station, and it definitely has its niche. So, all right. So you know what? We do have 3 minutes left. I'm just trying to think of a couple other things. I definitely want to go around the room and let everybody give out their contact information. What I want to do real quick though is talk to anybody out there that would like to book an interview on BaaD Radio. You can reach me at Angela@baadradio.com, and it's BAAD radio.com. I'm going to start booking out all the interviews for next year. And since we're going to a 2-hour show, I'm not booking 4 guests. I'm still booking 2 guests, but you'll get more time to talk. So, JT, go ahead and hit everybody up with your information.
Okay, so first and foremost, I have a bit of a giveaway for all of your listeners today.
Thank you.
So if you go to bigskyconsulting.net, not .com, /BAAD, you can get my new report, So Your Marketing Sucks. Let's fix it.
That's so funny.
So,
I'm just like, It gets your attention, that's for sure.
Quickly, you'll understand that I take business very seriously, but you can still have a hell of a lot of fun while you're doing it. Other than that, you can reach us and learn a lot more about us just by going to bigskyconsulting.net or give us a call, 304-506-7396.
Excellent. Krystal?
Yeah, Mindful Media Group. So our website is mindfulmg.com. You can reach me at Krystal, Krystal, at mindfulmg.com, or Angela now.
I know.
Angela at mindfulmg.com. And we help businesses of all sizes, local, regional, national, you name it. Give us a ring. Give us an email.
I'm so excited for this new opportunity. So yay!
I'm excited for you.
I know. Well, I'm glad that you're with me too, girl. It's like all this happy, warm feeling.
Sorry.
All right, no, go
Warm
ahead.
fuzzies.
Yes.
You can find me at strikingbrand.com. Also, all social media platforms. I'm Striking Brand on pretty much everything.
Yes, and then again, also I mentioned before, but our videos, like you'll find this video on baadradio.com once it's all produced and set up. So you'll be able to see all of those videos there, as well as the SoundCloud. So, and again, I am your host, Angela Smorito, and you can reach me at 321-303-6424, or you can email me at angela@baadradio.com, but you can also email me at angela@mindfulmg.com, which I know is so awesome. All right, you guys, thanks for joining us, and have a fantastic week.